So I'm shooting this video on the 5th of June 2016, which is the new moon, and it's quite significant new moon because the energies have been building all week, and it's been quite an intense week, culminating in a grand cross this weekend. And I'm not really an expert. I don't really know that much about astrology, to be honest, but apparently because of the position of Saturn, not Mars, this will have a major impact on the planets in the cross that it's opposing, and it's bringing to the surface truth both internally and externally. So I guess that the intensity that you feel this with is connected to the amount of resistance that you're feeling, maybe, or you could be feeling this on a collective level, so you could be feeling it on behalf of other people. Certainly for me, I found it very confusing. For me, it's not only bringing to the surface truths, but it's actually bringing to the surface false truths, and it's causing a lot of confusion for me to know what exactly the truth is. So yeah, it's been quite intense and quite challenging, and the way that I've dealt with it is sort of realising that all of this is stuff coming up to be looked at, to give me greater insight into myself. So I haven't externalised any of it, really, apart from just briefly saying how I'm feeling. But yeah, I've also been doing a lot of energy work this week at sacred sites, and I think that it's like with anything, there's got to be a balance. So you give out positive and you attract negative as well. But this weekend, I guess what's come up is the same old things that generally come up for me. I've noticed certain patterns coming up again, as in people think that because I'm quite a softly spoken person, I'm quite quiet, but they can walk all over me, and that particularly people who are used to being in a different way, they think that they should be in a leadership position, and they think that it's quite easy to walk all over me, basically. And so I was thinking today why this keeps coming up, because it happens mainly in my working life, but it just happens sometimes in my personal life as well. And it's been happening recently in both, or where both are connected. So thinking about why it happens, and it suddenly came to me today that, I've had various readings done in the past, and a lot of them say very similar things, that I'm here to spread the word, basically. But I've never really taken it that seriously, or I've never really wanted to take that on, to be honest, because of the responsibility and because of how that can be perceived. I also had a reading done. I was told my spiritual name, which I'm not going to say now, but basically it means of truth and illumination. So that's what came to me today, and I was thinking, well, basically, if that is what my name is, that is what my purpose is. So I have to speak my truth in order to both illuminate myself and others. And I don't mean that in a pretentious way, I just mean that that is my purpose. So if I ignore my purpose, the reason why these things keep happening to me and people keep treating me the way that they do, or can't see who I really am, is because I'm hiding it, and because I'm not stepping into my full truth of who I am. So that is what I need to do. It's funny because I had a similar conversation with somebody else yesterday who was feeling similar things, but at the time I didn't fully see that that was applicable to me as well. But today I actually did see that. So I think they were reflecting back to me my own truth. So I guess it's time. I've got to stop pussyfooting around, basically. And I've got to stop allowing people into my life who don't respect my energy. Because, it's not about, the divine feminine energy is about leadership in a feminine way. All of this competition and between anybody, but particularly between women, and the backstabbing and betrayal and the wanting to be top dog and keeping others down because of whatever reasons. That's all the patriarchal energy. And we're moving into new times now, and so I'm not allowing that energy into my energy field anymore, basically. So so yes, it will be interesting to see what happens now I've made that decision, and now that I've actually voiced it as well, because just having said that, I can feel something shift just now. So yeah. The other thing that's really, really prominent in my life this week particularly is, after visiting these sacred sites and camping out in the, not wilderness, but camping out in nature, I've really felt my energy merge with nature, and it's really been speaking to me in just feeling at one with nature. And there was a moment where we were dancing around this tree, and my friend was chanting a Hindu love chant. And I stopped and I took a moment and I really connected with this tree, and I felt all the energy. It was sending me love, basically. Well, not just me, it was sending both of us love. But I felt the love come up out of the ground and throughout my being, and I really felt at one with nature. And then these birds came and they were just flying round and round this tree, like they were dancing with us, and it was just the most amazing experience. And then I've been reading. I found a book called 13 Moons. 13 Moons, Conversation with the Goddess. And this is perfect because it actually is about the author, Peter Knight, who was communicating with the earth, basically, the goddess, the spirit of the earth. And she was passing on her wisdom to him. And it was all about connecting with the earth and being one with the earth. And that is how we co-create. We are not separate from our higher self, our souls, or from the earth, the spirit. our bodies are human, but we are made up of more than just our bodies, and we're having more than just a physical experience. And once we learn how to merge our energies with the earth energies, then we can create whatever we want, basically. And that is what is becoming more and more apparent. So before we do that, we have to learn certain truths, so learn and understand, and learn these truths so that they're actually part of who we are and our experience here. The first one is the first gift my natural world offers. I'm just reading this out of the book. The first gift my natural world offers you, by way of example, is patience. Nothing happens on this world unless the timing is perfect. Every flower opens at the right moment. Every bird hatches only when ready. Every baby arrives at the time it wants to. There is no room for error. I can't do error, for I know all there is to know. Remember. So you can relate this to your own individual lives. You say that patience is a virtue, but it is and more. But it is this and more. Patience is love. Now just let that absorb into your your physical body just for a moment. Patience is love. So what does that mean? To me, that means that you're allowing, and by allowing, you are holding a space of love for whatever is meant to happen. So it's love, basically. So you're holding the space. So patience is holding space, and holding space is so important. So patience is an acknowledgement that all is well in the world. So it's trust as well. So it's about holding space, having trust and faith in the goddess Earth. City dwellers especially, and other people living under stress, would do well to learn that only fear can upset this beautiful process. So we really have to learn not to be in fear, and to trust, and to allow whatever is going to transpire, and that whatever does transpire is for our highest good, and that that our Mother Earth, Gaia, the goddess, knows what is best. So we can't know the whole picture. We have to trust that this glorious planet that we're on does know what's for our best, and that when that happens and we become merged with that energy, then we know as well, because we gain that wisdom. So the second important natural principle is that of balance. I eternally strive for balance. If it is winter on one part of the body, then it is summer on the other. A flood in one area of the world will be countered by a drought in another. Although short-term changes may appear to be quite startling, overall the balance of nature will prevail. Yin and yang, female and male, night and day, moon and sun, animus and anima, Mary and Michael energies, positive and negative magnetism, light and dark, the existence of polarities is what makes the universe revolve. This is a wondrous gift to mankind, and one that you can all relate to your everyday lives. Any extreme in nature causes upheaval, and so too with people. Strive for balance in your life. Avoid the stagnation of imbalance. For therein lies your fears and your blockages to love. So the only thing that we can control is ourselves. I think that's basically what it's saying. The only thing that we have any power over is ourselves. So it is, we can only keep ourselves in balance. And that is something that's been coming to my attention this weekend. And I've been feeling completely out of balance. And again, I think it's because of some of the work that we did earlier in the week. And also as well, because I think that I can see things that are going on around me, and I sort of, because I have an emotional attachment, then I want to help to bring something else into balance, or someone else into balance, or another situation into balance, and I can't do that. I can't do that. The only thing that I can do is bring myself into balance, and then trust with patience that everything around me will find its way, and that, you know, whatever's meant to be is meant to be. And yeah, so can't really focus on, the more you focus on things like conspiracy theories and artificial intelligence and all of that malarkey and what it's doing, noticing what it's doing in your own life and in other people's lives that are close to you, then the energy of that is quite constricting and quite suffocating. And I guess all you can do is be aware of it, and just make sure that you stand in your own power and integrity, and just do your best and do whatever you do with love and integrity and authenticity, and constantly question yourself as to, you know, are you doing this from a place of love? Are you doing it from fear? Are you doing it from with integrity? And are you being authentic? I think that's all you can ask yourself, and that's all you can do. And you've got to be honest with yourself. You've got to be willing to be honest with yourself. If you're not willing to be honest with yourself, then that's when you're in trouble. But you can't control what happens to other people. They're responsible ultimately for their own lives. You can just love them and hope that they find their way as well, and hope that you find your way. Because things are getting pretty intense at the moment, and I think that this artificial intelligence has upped its game again, and I just feel at the moment that it's trying to merge all the time. It's trying timelines into one, and it's trying to overlay its own timeline on top of that, and by influencing people's thoughts and confusing people. And yeah, that's certainly what it's been doing to me, and it's making people look outside of themselves. And you know, we all get pulled by it. We all get influenced by it to a degree. We all get affected. It's whether you choose to stay in that reality, or whether you pull yourself back into the organic timeline and help co-create the organic timeline with Gaia, the spirit of this planet. And yeah, this is all becoming quite apparent to me now, and more so. So yeah, that's the only way that we can get through this, really, is by reconnecting to our Mother Earth in a conscious way. And until we've balanced ourselves, got rid of the fear, and stopped looking externally for answers, and just trust that everything's going to be okay and that she's got our back and that we're holding hands with her, then she won't allow us to co-create on a conscious level, because we would be creating all sorts of things that we didn't really want to manifest. And yeah, so we've got to do the work on ourselves first, definitely. So I'm losing my train of thought now because I've been going on for so long. So yeah, it's confusing times. I think we've just got to be true to ourselves, basically, and find our own truth, and not to allow ourselves to be pulled in different directions for too long. We just keep pulling ourselves back to the centre. And you hear all of this in articles, videos, and all the rest of it from other people, but it's knowing it. It's knowing it in here, and it's knowing it on a deeper and deeper level. There's many layers to it, so that it's like everything. It's like down the rabbit hole. There's many layers to everything, and this is one of them. And you just need to keep going deeper and deeper with everything. Can't take anything for granted. You can't become complacent and think that you know everything. Can't become complacent and think that you won't be mind controlled, because things are just shifting all the time, and they're upping their game, so we have to up our game. And we just got to stay aware, but in love and gratitude and in partnership with our Mother Earth. So anyway, that was that was quite a long video. It wasn't intended to be that long. Yeah. So we'll see what transpires over the next few days, because I think that this energy is going to be around until the 9th of June. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Back at work tomorrow, which I'm not really looking forward to, because that's back to normal life. And I've not had a normal life this week. But anyway, signing off now. Bye.